What's going on, YouTube? My name is Mike Biestek and I own a multi-million-dollar remodeling company, and I decided to take you guys in the backside of it, show you everything that we're doing to grow. I want to take you on this journey. Before we do that, let me teach you a little bit about myself. I started this company back in 2014. We are going on 11 years now. It's 2025. What a crazy journey I've been on. You know, I started this company with the thought of not having my own boss, and to be honest, I really didn't know why I started the company. All I knew is I didn't want to work for anybody. Fast forward to today and you realize quickly that all you do is work for somebody else. My customers are my boss, right? I say that lightly, but it's the truth. You're always reporting to somebody. You're always accountable for somebody. And if you go out and starting your own company thinking that you can sleep in and you can not have a boss, well, I think you're crazy. So going backward, those first few years of Remodeling Right, man, I thought I was doing it. I thought I was doing everything that I knew how to, at least. I was an awesome carpenter. I was showing up. I was doing the best work that I could, but I wasn't charging enough money. I didn't know how to schedule. I didn't have a team behind me. I didn't have an office, and I was just struggling. To be honest, I even had my van repoed for me twice because I couldn't pay my bills, and I couldn't figure out why. I was working my ass off. I was doing 60 hours a week, just crushing it in the field, doing awesome work. Now that I look back on it, I was giving some really good deals to a lot of people. So fast forward to, it was 2018. I was installing a window and the Sawzall kicked on me and it came down to my thumb and I had to go to the hospital. I couldn't work with my hands for almost 6 weeks because that Sawzall, it chewed right into my thumb, and thankfully it's still here. I got all my digits, but it was an eye opener. I realized that I couldn't make money. I had to make money without using my hands. I had a team of 4 other carpenters with me at the time. One of them was actually my brother, who is no longer with our company. I had to get rid of him. That's another story that we'll dive into. Those hard decisions that you have to make. Guys, it's a great story. So make sure you guys subscribe, hit that bell so that you get notified, because that story will be coming out in the near future. It's a beginning, it's part of my beginning, and I want to share with you everything about me so you can know, like, and trust me and follow me along in this journey. We're taking my company from $2 million all the way up to $25+ million. This year, our goal is $5 million, right? But anyways, back to the story. So, like I was saying, the Sawzall fell down in my hand. I realized I had to learn how to run a company. What did I do? I went to Google. I started going on Google and I said, how to run a good contracting company. What does it take to be a good contractor? What does a general contractor do? And I started learning and learning and learning and learning. And I found this mentor of mine, my first mentor ever, Tom Reber from the Contractor Fight. They taught me how to sell. They taught me how to run my business. They taught me how to charge the appropriate numbers. They taught me to learn my numbers. You can't be a profitable contractor if you don't know what it takes to perform your work and what your overhead is, what your labor burdens are. So I dove heavy into sales training and understanding the company. Before I even paid him, I consumed a lot of his content. He had a great podcast, he had a great YouTube channel, and I would just absorb it and listen to it. And it made so much sense to me that we started implementing things before I even started paying him. Guys, I got so much value out of that podcast. It changed my life. It changed my trajectory. And I remember specifically, it was Valentine's Day and I checked my email and I saw this crazy offer. I can't remember what it was, but it was like no money now, buy your tickets for the Mile High Profit Center, learn how to grow, and da-da-da-da. Anyways, I bought it now, and I knew I had to pay later. So I didn't tell my wife, because it was Valentine's Day, I didn't want to ruin it. We didn't have the money at the time to actually buy the tickets. It was like $2,500 too, by the way. But I didn't even have that. So I bought the tickets knowing I would have to figure out the money later, and I did. It was easy. I figured that out. I put a little bit at a time. I paid it off. I got out to Denver, and that first conference that I ever went to, Mile High Profit Center, I think it was 2022. That changed my life. Fast forward now to 2025, things are completely different because of those first steps that I took. So beginning of 2022, I bought the tickets that I couldn't afford. At the end of 2022, I went to the conference that changed my life. After that conference, I started 75 Hard and I began the personal fitness and mental journey to where I'm at today. I learned a lot of really good things. I made a lot of good relationships. And my goal with this YouTube channel is to show you everything that I've learned and am learning. I'm now heavily invested in myself, in my company, in my progression. We're expanding our shop, our offices. We're building a showroom. We're hiring employees, and I want to teach you everything that I'm learning along the way. So if it sounds like that interests you at all, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and drop a comment below, because I want to get to know every single one of you guys. All right, I'm gonna leave you with some food for thought, getting ready for next week's episode. We're gonna talk really quick, about 2 minutes or so, about manifestation, power of the mind. It all starts with visualization. You have to set the intention to actually think about who you want to be in the future. You want to think about it so clearly that you can actually smell it and taste it and feel it with your whole body. That's called actualization, right? So you start with the visualization, thinking about who you want to be, and then you start acting on that. If you want to drive a fancy car one day, guys, go out and rent it. Put yourself in that car so you know how it feels. That's actualization. Doing things towards that goal, right? Not just renting the car, but then understanding what it costs, setting the goal to acquire that kind of cash, and then following and staying consistent to save that. Guys, that's just an example, right? I'm applying that to my life right now because I'm visualizing what it takes to run a $25 million company. We only did $2.2 million last year. If we did $25 million this year, I'd probably fail. I need to prepare myself for the future. So I'm starting to visualize it every single day, who I'm gonna be, how I'm gonna act, who's gonna be around me, what is my company gonna look like, what is my office and showroom gonna look like? And now I'm actualizing it by making actual steps towards that goal. Guys, I'm gonna take you behind the scenes and show you, but we're building out my office space that I'm gonna be in for the next few years. It's gonna take me from 2 million to 5+ million, probably all the way to 25 million before we actually buy and renovate and expand into a new space. This video will be very helpful for me in the future because I get to look back on who I was and how I progressed. But for you guys right now, I want you to really think about who you want to be in the future. Visualize it today. Start writing it down. Revisit that daily and then start acting towards that goal. When you start acting towards that goal, that's when you manifest it. That's where you're actually pulling your reality forward, and that's when the fun begins. Guys, I'm starting to do things that I never thought were possible. I'm hiring people that are all-star employees. They're A+ rock stars. It's mind-blowing that they're actually coming to work for me. And I say that because I just shared with you a little bit of part of my story. I was a shit show a few years ago, but because I started doing the work and I started showing up for myself and I started showing up for my employees and my family, I am now a better person because I started visualizing it, I started actualizing it, and now I'm manifesting it. I'm pulling it forward, and I want you to do the same. Guys, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm so excited to do this journey with you guys. So let's freaking go. Let's go!